Let's get started. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any question. We are doing, I think, second part of conditional sentences. Okay,
Yes.
but I will have a question. I am little bit confused in second and third, last one,
No,
conditional sentences.
don't worry. We'll start with second today in that case, if you want.
Okay.
Okay. Let's learn both of them together. My way of teaching includes the practical application of it. So I'll not just tell you what is the structure. I'll tell you how to apply it and where to apply it.
Okay.
So on many occasions you must have seen we regret something. We regret something in life. We hold our head and say, "Oh my God, I wish I had done better. I wish. काश मैंने ऐसा किया होता." For some situation in the past. So in
Mm-hmm.
that case, we use a third conditional. I always call the third conditional as a conditional for regret. Mostly for regret, not every time. Okay. So usually we regret and we use conditional sentences
So one
in the
second.
third part.
You are talking about last one, right? You are also considering zero, one, two, three. Zero,
Yes,
one, two.
absolutely. I'm talking about the third conditional at this moment.
Okay.
Okay. Then when you compare it with the second conditional, third and second are really confusing because people feel both of them are hypothetical. People feel all right when they say both of them are hypothetical. But the point is, one of them is hypothetical in the past and the other one is hypothetical in the present or future. When you talk about hypothetical in the past, then you use the third conditional. But when you talk about hypothetical in the present or future, then you use the second conditional. Which is, I won't say it's rarely used, it's just that people don't use it so often. The point is, people don't know how to use it. And also, they are quite mistaken whenever they use the second conditional. So, here we are going to talk about the second and third together. First of all,
Hmm.
we'll start with second conditional.
These both are quite similar, right?
A little
Confusing.
similar, but yes, people should know there is a huge difference between the two.
Hmm.
Now, for any action that has happened in the past and then we regret it, we never regret the future because it has never happened. We never regret the present because it's still running. We don't know what is going to be the outcome here. So when we talk about the past, only then there is a regret. So that is for the third conditional to handle. Right now we are discussing the second conditional. Second conditional is a common example that I can give you. Sometimes friends sit among themselves and then they say, मैं करूँ ना अगर तो मैं ऐसे करूँ इसको, अगर मैं तेरा घर बनाऊँ ना तो मैं ऐसे बनाऊंगा. Right, this is what people say. First of all, I am not a contractor. I'm not a home contractor, house
Hmm.
contractor, that I will ever get an opportunity to build
Hmm.
someone's house. It itself is hypothetical. And then the outcome is even more hypothetical because it is based on a hypothetical condition. If I were the prime minister, I would do it like this. I would launch an attack on Pakistan.
Hmm.
Everyone is saying that today.
Hmm.
हर कोई बोल रहा है कि
Hmm.
मैं प्रधानमंत्री होता ना मैं ऐसा कर देता.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm. Hmm.
Why are we using present tense here? You may say Pahalgam is a past tense now. Maybe yes. But the point is, this situation is ongoing. We are still to make a move as a nation. We have not backed off. So we are still to make a move. That's why everyone is saying, if I were the prime minister, I would, I would vanish Pakistan from the world map. This is what people are saying. I don't resonate with that kind of thought process, by the way, but just
Hmm.
making a sentence up. You can say, if I were the CEO of that organization, I would launch a new marketing campaign. इस सिचुएशन में मैं ये करता. Okay. If the situation is in the past now, let us suppose I had to catch a train yesterday. A really common example. If I had caught the train last night, I would have reached New Delhi by now. Why are we using perfect tense? Because it is hypothetical in the past. That's the only reason. If I had caught the train on time, I would have reached New Delhi by now.
Hmm.
अभी तक पहुंच भी चुका होता अगर पकड़ ली होती ट्रेन. क्या ट्रेन पकड़ी गई? बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
Hmm.
That is what we missed yesterday. That is why today in the morning we are regretting. Or the same night also, when the action is done and dusted. You can't really go back in the past. That is why hypothetical situations in the past are also termed as unreal. Hypothetical in the future or present is still fine. They are not unreal. They are just hypothetical, beyond reality. If I contest elections, I may be the prime minister of the country in the future. But at this point, it seems impossible because I am not intended to fight an election also.
Hmm.
Nor is Mr. Modi ready to put down from his position.
Hmm.
That is
Hmm.
even something at stake. But yeah, the major point is when I'm talking, for example, if I have bought a lottery ticket and now the result is also out and I have not won the lottery, then I will say, if I had won this lottery, I would have done this. This was a particular incident. But in general, if I say in the present, I may or may have not bought the lottery ticket. The result may or may not have been out. Just sitting with my friends, I can say. If I won the lottery, what am I saying? If I won the lottery, I would build a bungalow. I would build a bungalow. Okay. Is this clear? So this is, oh, I'm sorry, I mistyped one.
No
My
problem.
bad. Yeah.
If I
WOL.
want.
Yes. So I'm not saying if I win the lottery because this is not a real statement. I may have not even bought a lottery ticket by now. A lottery may have not been into place also, by the way. I'm just speculating. अगर
Hmm.
मैं जीतूं तो मैं ये कर दूं.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is a conditional. Sometimes we don't make a conditional sentence and we just say, I wish I were a dancer. काश मैं एक dancer होता.
I wish I were a dancer.
Okay. So
Okay,
here
this
we
is
are
also from second conditional sentence.
in a way, but actually this sentence is not conditional if you see. Where is the
Yes.
outcome here?
This is
No,
just
just a statement.
but
Just a
hypothetical.
condition. Yes, just a hypothetical statement. Not all the hypothetical statements have to be conditional.
Right.
Does not apply like that. Okay.
Hmm.
Here we are just saying काश काश मैं एक डांसर होता काश ऐसा होता काश जमाने में सब लोग समझदार होते काश
Hmm.
सबके पास कॉमन सेंस होता
Hmm.
आई विश एवरीवन हैड कॉमन सेंस when I say everyone had common sense which tense do you think it is past
Had is present perfect tense because of had, but this is also in hypothetical
present
sense.
perfect
Yes.
had can never be present perfect had is
Oh,
past
sorry. Past perfect.
no problem I know you just got confused it's all right
Hmm.
but do you know when you say I just remove I wish from here everyone had common sense if you make this sentence now tell me which tense is this everyone had common sense full stop this is the sentence.
This is also past perfect tense.
Hmm. You're missing a really interesting point here do you know what if I say
Everyone had.
I had a pen which tense is this according to you
If I had a pen.
no I'm not
Uh,
saying if I'm saying I had a pen
I think this is past indefinite because of
exactly
exactly right.
exactly so why
Had is showing possession.
exactly showing possession why don't you see possession here when I say everyone had common sense
This is
isn't this
also
possession?
possession.
Mhm.
Past indefinite.
That's what my point is.
Wishing for common sense for everyone.
Here we are not even wishing. Where have I written I wish? But the point is, everyone had common sense means सबके पास common sense था. That's what it is, right? So we
Okay.
are not saying काश सबके पास होता. For that we'll have to say I wish. Then the rest of the sentence, everyone had common sense. So to make it a hypothetical statement, you'll have to add something like I wish,
I wish. Okay.
if. So in such conditions, it becomes hypothetical. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Otherwise, if I say I had a pen, it means मेरे पास एक पेन था शायद
Hmm.
अब नहीं है पहले था right so that is generally telling you the possession I know when I'm introducing conditionals and then coming to easier tenses it gets slightly difficult to understand
Hmm. Hmm.
because we are dealing with layers here layers of
Hmm.
tenses right
Hmm.
there are many mixed conditional tenses also that is where the real challenge starts I'll not go with that just today or maybe if we have time at the end of the
Hmm.
session
Hmm.
I am improving upon a word today. You know, I also keep on fighting with my problems in English, and everyone should. As a tutor, I should not be pompous enough to say that I am a master of this language. Nobody is.
Hmm. Hmm.
Nobody can be a master of any language. So, one
Right.
thing that I am fighting with is just to make it sound really real to you, how really even tutors keep improving. It is maybe. I am using an excessive of maybe in my sentences. Why don't I use perhaps? Isn't it? I should be using perhaps in place of what is maybe. Maybe does not make much sense. So this is called redundancy in English.
Redundancy means?
Something that is repeated for no reason. Why don't I repeat perhaps in place of maybe? Perhaps makes more sense when I say shayad. Maybe it does not mean shayad.
Hmm.
So, do you know, in this profession, in this the outline of this profession, you'll find a lot of people who would tell you that even this is right and even that is right. They're lying or they don't know it well. Even I have said that a lot of times, but I have learned that no two different things can mean the same. Never, not in any language. If
Hmm.
two things exist, they exist to create a difference among the two. That's the only reason they exist. Okay.
Hmm.
So no two things can mean exactly the same. If I say this is important, and if I say this is crucial, I'm sure I'm adding more intense, or I'm making it more intense when I'm saying crucial,
Crucial.
because I know deep inside it is very important. Now
Hmm.
people may say it is just a synonym to important. I'll say okay, fine, I'll shake their hand for that. But the point is, it's not just a synonym. It's a more intense version of important,
Exactly.
significant, substantial. All these words are just replacing very in the sentences.
Hmm.
And this is one more challenge that you face. I just wanted to hop
Okay.
onto this part
So
that
you are also improving, like replacing the words to
yes,
the
yes.
advanced.
I
Okay.
don't just want to make this a conditional sense class. No.
Hmm.
I want to make it a vocabulary session also. That's why I'm clubbing up a couple of things together. So what you should do is in the sessions to come or in your speech, I'm sure you're a sincere learner, so at home also you're practicing a lot of things. So when you do it, try to see that very does not come really often in your speech.
Hmm.
A word like really should not come so often in your speech. Like I am using so often. Should I not use frequently? I am intensifying often by saying so often.
Hmm.
Why should I not say frequently? I should say frequently. Is it wrong to say so often? No, it's not wrong. It is just not so precise. It should be precise. Okay. In place of saying so precise, I should say precise enough. This should be an internal fight that should keep happening in your mind.
Right.
That's when you get better with a language, not with a language where you learn just five tenses and get things done. No. This is just the base of it, the tip of the iceberg, as we say in English. Right?
Hmm. Hmm.
There's a lot to learn.
Hmm.
So that is, and always when you are at this point when you're learning so well, you should be focusing on other people also. We are apes. We have evolved out of monkeys at the end of the day. We learn
Hmm.
by imitating. I take a
Hmm.
lot of style from different speakers in this world, and no
Hmm.
harm in saying that I imitate a few. Why not? But it's my own way of imitating. There's a really interesting book with the name "Steal Like an Artist." Someone even just a few days ago, some one of my learners sent this name also. I read this long ago, but this is a really interesting book. Steal like an artist.
Hmm.
Everyone should steal like an artist. If I say I have developed the method, then I'm lying. Only God can develop. We can just modify. We can just twist something to make something else.
Okay. So
If I
how much imitating activity improve fluency?
a lot, a lot. The way I'm saying a lot itself is taken from Sushmita Sen's way of speaking. You
Okay.
know, yes, it's so profound if you look at it. So the word profound, I may have heard from one of the actors because I listen to a lot of celebrity interviews. I listen to a lot of economist interviews because economics is my favorite thing. So it excites me. Judiciary excites me a lot. So I listen to a lot of judges. Like I take a lot of my way of speaking from what's the name? I've forgotten. Mr. Chandrachud
Okay.
when he became the CGI. Now he's not the CGI anymore. Now he has retired from that profession. But I used to take a lot of style from him. A
Hmm.
lot of
Great.
young talents who appear in the Supreme Court. I take a lot of my way of speaking from them. I love lawyers' way of speaking. If you listen to them, they
Great.
play with their words. They are
Okay.
magicians
So
of words.
do you follow only one people or one person or follow many?
Never make that mistake of following one person because that will make you that person. How will you steal them? If you have to steal the this is quite deep. When you steal from someone, that person should not know that you're stealing from them. Even if Shahrukh sees someone who speaks like him, he should not identify that it has been taken from him.
Right.
That's the art of stealing, isn't it? So if I
Okay.
have taken something, a way of nodding that you have, I would want to take that up. That's a wonderful way of nodding. So I may take that style of nodding now. The
Exactly.
way my eyebrows move is also motivated from someone. I may
Hmm.
have done it intentionally or not. That's a different thing. I'll tell you a little thing, quite philosophical.
Okay.
When my cousins actually they got an opportunity really early in their life to visit Singapore. They lived there for 5 years. 5 years is a long time to inherit a country. Nowadays, people go to US for a couple of weeks and come back with an accent. That's fake. Ultimately fake. You can't take up an accent in a couple of weeks. Not at
Hmm.
all. People around you may take it in the US, but not you. So there are many of my learners who go on trips to US for a couple of weeks and come back with an accent. I tell them,
Okay.
come on, shrug off this accent in front of me. Don't tell a lie to me. The point is, coming to the point, when my cousins came back from Singapore after 5 years, they had a little bit of accent, but a bigger thing that was there was the vocabulary. They came at our place for 3 weeks when they were back from Singapore forever, and they came our place for 3 weeks. And in those 3 weeks, I learned one word from them because both of them used to fight a lot. And when they fought, they said two words: indeed and really. A lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like their sentences were overcrowded with those two words. So my sister and I, both of us, started fighting with these two words at home. And just then we got to know. Now this may sound embarrassing to my sister or to myself today. हम
Hmm.
क्या कर रहे थे? Indeed, really, ये सब वर्ड से लड़ रहे थे. And we inherited two words for life. Both of us cannot forget these two words, indeed and really. How many times you use indeed? I don't see that happening.
No.
This is how we inherit from the environment, evolve by imitating. Now my cousins don't know that I use indeed a lot today, not because they came home for 3 weeks. Everyone creates an impact. You have to just
Okay.
observe, right?
Hmm.
So watch more at this moment. Watch, listen, consume as much as you can, Meenakshi, because you have improved. You can see,
Hmm.
but this growth will really become stagnant. In a few days, you'll see, oh my god, I'm not improving further. I'm
Exactly.
just the same, Meenakshi. It
Hmm.
must have started happening already, I'm sure.
Hmm.
That is the way forward. Look up to people who you have never listened to. I read topics that I'm not at all excited about these days, and because I'm speaking to a lot of NIFT people these days. A lot of my learners come from NIFT these days. Accidentally it has happened. So I'm reading about fashion. Look at my fashion, right? But I'm reading about fashion because I have to know their vocabulary. I
Hmm.
have to know what they are speaking about, what the
Hmm.
industry needs.
Hmm.
I read. I consume.
Okay.
You
Great.
should also do the same.